Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
Hello, Automation Insider community. It's been a while since we met like this here in my office. Instead, I've been on the other side of the camera supporting some great content that you'll find over on Reveal TV. If you jump over there and check that out, you'll find a range of videos supporting women in RPA, tech talks around Chromium and Edge upgrades, tech talks around natural language processing, webinars on machine learning-based RPA scheduling with RPA Supervisor, webinars on process and task mining with Prism Process Intelligence. It's been a busy time. You'll also meet a range of the technologists that I get to work with on the daily basis through interviews we did on some various different fun topics. Well, this month, the Reveal Group team merged our love of basketball, intelligent automation, and a quest for never-ending bragging rights.
Now, the winners will get epic bragging rights. And I'm sorry, did I not mention this? A $42,000 gift card to Dave & Buster's. I know Clay Matthews wants it.
So, if you haven't been able to tell by this or the title of this video, we just launched the first inaugural Bot Madness. And while I couldn't get approval for that sweet 42Gs to DNBs, we did get some pretty cool swag put together. To keep things interesting, we mixed 24 RPA developers between 4 different teams and assigned each a different RPA technology to create their best basketball bracket picking bot for Bot Madness. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with how March Madness works, to follow along here, on a Selection Sunday, which is March 13th, the NCAA Men's Division Basketball Committee seeded the brackets for all the initial matchups within the tournament. Between March 13th and the first game of March Madness, which is on March 17th, each of our 4 Bot Madness teams was required to build a robot that builds, submits, and picks a bracket pick sheet for the entire tournament on runyourpool.com. Now, unlike fantasy football, where lineups change week to week, March Madness is a little interesting because the brackets are locked from the first round of the game, and so you can follow the pick sheets throughout the entire tournament. Okay. Gotta get rid of this whistle here. So as the tournament progresses from the first round on March 17th to the championship on April 4th, every matchup that the bot correctly picks scores some points. Also, the number of points awarded to the bot doubles as we progress through each round of the tournament. So predicting the right teams that will make it to the championship is a big part of the battle here. If you want to see how each of the 4 bracket bots have been doing throughout the tournament, I will post a link below so you can check out their pick sheets and follow along. Now, creating an automation that navigates a website and clicks some buttons is fairly straightforward for most RPA developers, even if you're just starting off. The more interesting part of Bot Madness is the logic that goes into each bot and how it selects what it predicts to be the winning team on every matchup across a 63-game tournament. Considering there were no limits to the number of robots that could be used by each team or the type of data that they could factor into their decisioning, the digital workers were able to apply some fairly interesting decisioning approaches that humans might not typically do number crunching on. Now, fortunately, part of the fun is being able to share the logic that went into every bracket bot's decisioning on winning matchups. If you're interested in following along with that, make sure to check out Reveal Group over on LinkedIn. Follow. You'll see each one of those posts over the next couple weeks. In addition to that, Dr. Lou Bockenheimer joined our Bot Madness fun as a free agent competitor. Prism has shared a great demo that Dr. Lou put together around his design, which uses Prism and Prism's new Decision product to predict winners based off of machine learning trained on outcomes from previous March Madness tournaments. I will also share a link to that down below this video. Finally, I need to give a little credit to Ryan McNeil on a bonus submission for our Team Power Automate desktop. He created an automation in less than 10 minutes that uses just 4 steps to create a bracket in less than 5 seconds. Ryan noticed that there was a little feature on runyourpool.com when submitting a bracket that just randomly generates quick picks. And he automated that for their submission with Power Automate Desktop. Funny enough, it actually did pretty well until Kentucky lost. How about this? Let's flip around to the replay screen over here, and I'll show you what Ryan built. Okay, so let's play this full speed so you can see the end-to-end walkthrough.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
Okay, I don't know about you, but this took me a few times to watch to understand what happened, so maybe let's break it down into the 4-step play-by-play. First, the automation launches a new Microsoft Edge instance using a dynamic input variable, which is where we store the URL for the bracket. When it launches, the instance is stored into this variable that allows us to reference it going forward. Ryan then created a new UI element on the browser bracket instance for generating the Quick Picks button, and used the UI automation action click link on web page to select it. The same setup is repeated for the Submit Picks button. Step 4 is just to clean up by closing the browser bracket instance in Microsoft Edge, so the robot is ready for more work. Now again, this wasn't exactly what I envisioned when setting up the ground rules for Bot Madness, but Ryan did somehow stick with some key themes of successful intelligent automation programs. I mean, we hear that a core component for automation is leveraging reusable components and speeding up the time to delivery by incorporating features that have been already previously been built. And I've also seemed to notice that flipping a coin for choosing teams in March Madness isn't necessarily the worst strategy. I would have been probably a little disappointed if he built a robot and actually built that logic to do that coin toss. This was a lot better than that. Ryan also definitely used the target business application's existing business logic. He didn't do what a lot of us want to do, which is take a shiny new toy and reinvent logic that already exists in the application that we're trying to automate. And then lastly, I think we can all agree that Ryan hit it on the head when it comes to an efficiency perspective. As you will see with the 4 other Bot Madness teams, no other team built an automation in 10 minutes that just runs in 4 steps and takes 5 seconds to execute. To learn more about the design decisions that went into every one of the Bot Madness team builds, make sure to follow Reveal Group on LinkedIn. I'll catch you soon, Automation Insider community.